Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video, folks. Today in this video I'm going to be showing you some resource locations here on the Ark Fjordur DLC, and we're going to start with the core basics, and that is of course metal. There is plenty of metal about, but I'm going to show you some locations that I found that you might find interesting. Of course, along metal we'll find many other things, but this is one location. We have some metal right here. Now the reason I'm showing this is because this is actually quite close to a castle that is already pre-built that you can build inside, and as you can see there is, I'd say, a decent amount of metal. It's not necessarily rich veins, but it will get you started. So let me show you the map location and the GPS coordinates. And this is where I am on the map. GPS coordinates are 51.1 by 83.3. As I said, this isn't really necessarily the biggest, richest area, but it will do if you are starting off. The next location I found is right here. As you can see, there is plenty of metal, including some rich veins. But next to this location, there is actually some more resources that you can get. That includes, of course, obsidian and crystal as well. But first things first, let me show you this location. This is where I am on the map, and the GPS coordinates are 24.7 by 49.8. So I will zoom in on the GPS so you guys can see that. But right around the corner right here, as you can see, we have some crystal and we have some obsidian, and I would say that this is a decent amount of obsidian. I would definitely be building a mining base setup in this area just because of all of the resources that you can actually get. So with that said and done, let me just show you the coordinates for the second location right here. So I'll just hover above it. This is where I'm at. GPS coordinates are 25.4 by 43.3. Alright, here we are with another location. This is again a metal location. It does have a decent amount of metal. It is difficult to spot because it is covered in snow, but you can still see the golden tint on the rocks that actually contain metal. And of course, this is where I'm at on the map. The GPS coordinates are 7.5 by 10.7. Alright, so let me just show you this area around. Next up, folks, I'm going to show you how to get some of that organic polymer. Of course, as you will see, we have plenty of Kairuku to farm, but on top of that, we also have some crystals that you can farm. So there is quite a bit of Kairuku. We got crystal. I'm going to show you the map location and GPS coordinates in a bit. Just going to look further down this way. There are a few patches of Kairuku further down this way. So plenty of that organic polymer. You can see some more right there. And there is this giant floating iceberg type thing. But let me go back and show you the exact area that I was in. Definitely worth coming here to farm the organic polymer if that is what you are after. So this is where I'm at on the map. GPS coordinates are 13.4 by 3.5. Next up is obsidian primarily, but we also have metal, crystal, and other such resources in this area. And I am in the volcano region, so this is where I'm at on the map. GPS coordinates are 86.3 by 78.6. Now, all around this area, there is plenty of metal as well as obsidian. As you can see that right there, we have also some oil veins that you can place down your oil pumps right there. You can see that in front of us. I did kind of look at it really briefly. I just want to show you the area as quick as I can and then move on to the next area of resources. Of course, to my left you can see the sulfur veins there. You can get sulfur and some other resources as well, but as you can see, we've got metal right here, so definitely a place you want to come farming. However, do bear in mind this is quite a dangerous area, so do be prepared. So in front of us is the sulfur main veins, I guess, mine, whatever you want to call it. This is what it looks like. Do bear in mind it is quite hot down here, and the coordinates for this is of course 75.6 by 89.4. I'm also going to show you what you get from the sulfur when you do farm it, because you do get some additional resources as well. So let me just get my pick out. This is what you want to be farming right here, and we have some sulfur as well as some congealed gas that you can pick up when you do farm this area. As you can see, it is a decently large area to farm in. Now, if oil is what you need, well, underwater at the base of the water or at the bottom of water, basically you will find these things right here. These are oil nodes and they are plentiful. This one is of course in 66.3 by 89.2. This is where I'm at on the map, and they are very plentiful. So as you can see right next to it, there is another oil vein that you could farm should you choose to do so. Right around the corner, another one. Basically, you can spot these from quite a distance because they do release oil into the water. So I just wanted to show you how plentiful these are. If you go further down here, we got some more. So definitely worth getting a Dunkleosis to farm this part of the map. So just wanted to show you another area. These nodes are right close to each other. As you can see, there's a lot of it. And I'm just going to show you what you can see. I mean, just look at all that oil coming into the water. So the coordinates are roughly 71.1 by 77.1. And it is not that deep as well. So you can, of course, use a pick if you want to do so. Now, if you want some silica pearls, basically you can get these clams, you can harvest them with your hand, and you will get a bunch of silica pearls when you do harvest them, just as you can see here. There's quite a few of these clams in this area, and of course I'm going to show you the map location and the GPS coordinates as well. If you do look carefully, you can spot them. It is a bit dark, so I do apologize if it is dark and you are watching this in the sun. This is where I'm at on the map. And the GPS coordinates are 49.5 by 45.0. So more or less kind of in the center of the map itself. I do apologize for all the creatures trying to attack me. I should have had leave me alone enabled. Unfortunately, I have not. However, close to this location, there is actually a cave. And in that cave, you can find plenty of good resources. So this is what it looks like right here. It is actually a good cave to build inside as well if you want to do that. We have some oil, some rock, as you can see, so definitely worth farming some oil in this area if you want to build an oil farm. All right, so let me just show you right here. This will give us stone, and of course the shiny black stones are the oil nodes. I was about to move on to the next area, however, I forgot that I did not show the area for this particular cave, so I thought I might as well do that. It is a bit difficult to find. There are actually quite a few caves, and over here, as you can see, we have some crystal as well if you do want that. But I did show the area for the silica pearls. However, I didn't show the GPS coordinate and location on the map for this particular cave, so just in case people are looking for this, I thought I might as well do that. So this is what it looks like when you exit. All right, and we're gonna go to the entrance of the cave, and I will pop up the map and I'll show you the coordinates. So this is where it's at on the map. The coordinates are 45.5 by 41.6. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Next up, we have some more silica pearls, and this one is in a shallow region, and there are plenty scattered about on the water's floor. Basically, coordinates are 11.9 by 15.1. This is where I'm at on the map. I did show you the Kairuku and the crystal in this area, so this is another area where you can come and get some silica pearls if you do need it. And I'm just going to show you how much of the stuff there is actually about. There's a lot, so definitely worth coming to farm in this area if you want your silica pearls. Next up, I'm going to show you how to get some black pearls. Now, black pearls can be a challenge to get here on this map, but this area right here has quite a few on the floor, so the coordinates are 59.9 by 52.5. We do have an alpha megalodon on our rear, so I do apologize for any inconvenience it may cause, but right there We've got some black pearls. They do weigh quite a bit, so do keep that in mind. Of course, you will know that. And right around this area on the seabed floor, you will find quite a few that you can harvest. It is quite deep, so do come prepared. Next up, I'm going to show you how to get some red and blue gems. It is in this cave right here. In this cave, you can find quite a few interesting little resources that you may want to come and harvest. But if you want your gems for this particular cave, we will have loads of red and blue gems that you can harvest. And on top of the gems here in this cave, you can also find the nameless venom if you do need that. Now, I did realize I forgot to show the map location and GPS coordinates, so I'll do that now. I only realized after I came back out, but this is where I'm at, 57.2 by 85.3 map location as well. Again, really close to where I have set up a base. So inside here, you can find these terminals right here if you do want that. Of course, you also have some carcanos and stuff like that, but you saw the red crystals where we get the red gems from. There's also a terminal here if you are interested, just to kind of point that out, but that's not what I'm here to show you. And if we basically explore around right there, there are the red gems as I promised. And on top of that, as I said, we have the blue gems right there in front of us. There's also loot crates that you can pick up if you want to do that. And of course, and finally, we also have the nameless venom. And this time around, of course, with the nameless venom, you don't actually have to get them from the nameless. They do come in a form of ore-like type of structure. So let me just show you that in a bit. Alright, so this is what the nameless venom looks. It's just basically right in front of me, and this is the coordinates for this particular node right there. I'll get some of it for the purposes of this video using the pickaxe. As you can see right there, we get flint and nameless venom. We do get a decent amount. Of course, we do have some ravagers that do want to just pretty much photobomb me here. We do have some of the bioluminescent flyers as well that you would find in Aberration, but as you can see, we get a decent amount of it as well. So definitely an area worth coming to pick up some nameless venom if that is what you need. There are quite a few nodes in this area to be harvesting. Now, if green gems is what you're after, this is where you want to come. The coordinates are 42.8 by 31.8, and you want to just dive down to the bottom. You will also find some mega shellons. But there's a cave that we are after, so just basically go inside the cave, and it is an underwater cave, but then it turns into like a aberration type of cave, so you'll find your typical aberration creatures. But in front of us, you can see the green crystals right there, and these crystals will of course yield the green gems when you do harvest them with a pick. So this is where you want to come if you want to get your green gems. Over here, you can also find the congealed gas or the gas veins if you do want to get some of that as well. So I'll show you what the nodes actually look like. So these are the gas veins if you do want to find them. I mean, they do glow and it is kind of dark in here, so definitely easy to spot. And there are quite a few for you to pick from. Next up, I'm going to show you how to get some mushrooms and stuff like that. Over here, we are on an island. This is kind of like the equivalent of the swamp area that you would find on your normal maps. But we do also have this right here that you can harvest. This is plant X species, and you can get the seeds for that if that is what you're looking for. We do have the carcasses. If you do harvest these, you get, of course, polymer and spoiled meat as well. So let me just show you that. That circle is annoying, and yeah. There we go. So we get spoiled meat, hide, and organic polymer, and there's quite a few dead creatures you can harvest around in this area if you do want to do that. And of course, on top of that, you can get mushrooms in this area, and I'll show you how to get them. And there are actually quite a few mushrooms. So let me just show you. I need to deal with that circle. That is going to do my head in. Right, dealt with. So if you harvest these tree stumps right there in front of us, you will get your rare mushrooms alongside wood and thatch. So you might have to harvest a few of these, but this is one way of obtaining the rare mushrooms. Now on top of that, you also have mushrooms that grow on the ground, which of course you can then harvest and get your aberration-like mushrooms. So let me just show you what these look like. They are actually on the outer edge of the island. So this is what they look like. If we harvest these, we get your normal mushrooms that you would normally get on the Aberration DLC. And that is pretty much it for this area. We're going to move on to the next. I'm going to show you some more resources. And before moving off, I nearly forgot. Let me show you the map and GPS coordinates. So this is where I'm at, 47.9 by 10.2. And this is where you want to come if you want to farm these resources. Next up here in the volcano, you can see the Fire Wyvern Trench, and if you follow this all the way around, you will see a cave. If you go deeper into the cave, here you will find, so this is the entrance into the cave, 95.9 by 80.8, and if you go deeper into the cave, you will get to the Magmasaur cave, and in there you will find the Magmasaur eggs, as well as some other resources, including the crystal shards and of course black pearls. So this is a bit of a more dangerous area. Right here you can see the black pearls right here, and the red crystals that you will find around the edges of these areas will of course contain crystal and of course element shards. So let me just show you another region. As you can see, it is quite dangerous. We've got metal and some normal crystals as well that you can farm if you do want that. Of course, here you will also, as I said, find nests that contain Magmasaur eggs. So this is where you will come when you do want to get yourself a Magmasaur. So lots of crystal, lots of the metal here, a lot of metal actually, to be fairly honest, but it is in a dangerous area. So right around there you can see the nest, you can see the crystals, and I just want to find one to actually farm for you so you guys can see what comes out of them. And of course we've got these guys, that the lava elementals, that can be fun to deal with. So let's try and harvest some of these. We got stone elemental shards, and you get quite a few of them, so this is actually a good way of getting a lot of elemental shards. And finally we have the cementing paste. That is of course from beaver dams. So this is one location that does contain those beaver dams that of course also have that much needed cementing paste. There are of course quite a few beaver dams in this area, 3 to be precise, and they are all large, so they will contain a lot of cementing paste. This is what the surrounding region looks like, but I seem to have only found them in this region. There's actually 4 of them. Anyways, with that being said and done, I will be looking for more beaver dams. I will make a separate video on that, but this is where I'm at on the map. The GPS coordinates are 93.7 by 31.2. And with that, that brings us to an end for this video. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please do not forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, stay safe, folks.